For more information on my programs, please visit masajadi.com. That's MASSAJADY.com. Hello, this is Masati, and welcome to my podcast, Exponential Intelligence. This is episode 106, Ask and It Will Be Answered, part 2. Part of a series of episodes where I answer client questions about life, spirituality, and the higher realms, and also give you insights straight from exponential intelligence about the deeper meaning behind the concept of ask and it will be answered. And in this podcast, we'll end this episode with a powerful meditation and healing combined, designed to protect you from any entities that may want to influence or control your life. So let's just jump right in. Here's another interesting question. Over the last few days, I've been waking up in the morning, hearing myself agree to something, but have no idea what it is I'm agreeing to, and I end up with sores on my body. Of similar situations, again, something or someone else on the other side taking control of you, in this case, abusing you and beating you up, basically. So, again, just tapping into the person who wrote this question. You've been pretty abused in the physical form. Where do you think that comes from? As above, so below. As above, so below. You get abused on the spirit side. As you've been doing 21 days or the group healings or even the podcast, again, what's happening is that you are separating yourself from whatever is abusing you. So I'm not, and again, I just want to be clear. So those people who are possessed, distorted, have, say, a dark space, dark entities, or I guess entities are dark anyway, darkness around you. Right? And so kind of expanding on this question again, they go, Mas, I did the 21 days. Or Moss worked on me. I went to one of his events and so on, and now I'm feeling these dark entities around me. No. That's a big no. I didn't. I'm not the one who brought in the dark entities. Right? Far from it. You've always had, say, darkness or dark entities around you since you've been doing the 21 days. Okay? Think of me as a flashlight. The 21 days, the meta healings, or whatever else that you do with me, it's like a flashlight. You start to see what's actually around you. Right? And that's how you become aware of it for the first time in your life. Okay? Again, I'm that flashlight, the magnifying glass, to show you what's around you or what's been around you or what's been distorting you all your life. Okay? And never, ever, I bring in dark entities and so on around you. Okay? So, getting back to this question, those entities have been around you all this time. They've been part of you. If you've noticed, and the reason why I'm going into more detail for this specific person, because it'll help a lot more. Okay? If you've noticed, right, in the past, you would end up doing things, almost getting forced, like something else took over you because something else did, almost getting forced to do things that would hurt you. Right? Whether say cutting yourself with a knife, running into things, slipping, or like almost feel like somebody's, say, tripping you and then you slip and fall. Right? Those kind of patterns run in you as well from what I'm seeing. Again, those things aren't you. It's actually somebody, again, a bully type, pushing you around. Talking about bully types, you were probably the one that got bullied around in school. Right? You attracted bullies. Why does that happen? As above, so below. So since you're doing the 21 days, you're starting to awaken to that other identity that's in you, that's taken over you. Just to go deeper as I'm studying this person, and again, the scenario will help a lot a lot of other people. So a subgroup of this question is that say that you have imaginary friends when you're young. You're 5, 6, and so on. You're intuitive, or you come from an intuitive family, right? Or your life might be boring or abusive. So what do? You try to escape. You start to daydream. You start to open up other realities, and so on. You start to create friends, and then your parents might think, "Oh, honey, they're just imaginary. It's so cute." A lot of times, those imaginary friends aren't so imaginary. They're actually real individuals on the other side. Usually, and I find this quite a bit. Usually, these imaginary friends, they're usually, say, younger kids that have died within the neighborhood, or in and around that house. They didn't go anywhere. They're still around. They're still playing around. Just like they did when they were alive. Right? They see another kid. It's like, oh wow, they've mastered. They've mastered the physical realm, although they're on the other side. Right? They begin to manipulate. The way they can manipulate this realm even more is by starting to control somebody that's willing. So what do? They entice you. It's like, hey, um, let's play this and let's play that, and you start enjoying the other side more, right? Because what they do is literally pull you out of your body, and it's not a dream. It's not a dream state anymore. It's not imagination anymore. You're actually going. Like they go, hey, let's go run through the woods, okay? And you go, yes. They can pull you out of your body, and in no time you're running through the woods, although you're here. Your physical body is here, just like a dream, right? It feels so real. Well, as you get pulled out of your body, your spirit actually is doing, uh, like running through the woods. You're actually doing it. So without your body. Anyway, they you start to trust them because you're having a lot of fun with them, and then they go, "Hey, I'll jump into your body." You jump out, and you go, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then they start taking over your body. Yep. A lot of times, however, these spirits, masterful spirit, they're not the nicest in this scenario. There's like two or three from what I'm seeing. They're kind of like a gang that used to hang out and beat kids up. Well, they've got you to beat up now. So again, through the 21 days, industrial group or whatever else that you're doing, you're starting to say separate yourself, and you're actually starting to see why you're getting the bruises, and so on. Right? And again, in a short time, I would recommend industrial group healing because I can do it a lot faster. Especially in this case, you don't want to get beat up all the time. Especially if they know that they're going to be exiting out or removing. I can remove them from you. They might obviously they're in tune with what can happen, right? And they don't want to let you go, so they might try something extreme. So for those individuals who feel that this story resonated with you, uh, do an IGH, an industrial group healing, and we can separate them quite efficiently for you. Let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath in, just noticing where you are. Let's go even the next part of this question. Um, oh, by the way, when you start to agree with something, you did that a long time ago. They took over your bodies, and now they're going, "Hey, can I beat you up?" And you go, "Yeah." So, um, and again, I can tell you story upon story, people who have had similar situations. Um, so, what do? Okay? Start to consciously be aware. I know you're in a dream state, or you're just getting out of, like it's early in the morning. You're just starting to wake up. You're starting to take over your body. again, so to speak, from the night's sleep. So there's an entity removal meditation that I've done for you right before you go to sleep. I would play a podcast or something, okay, or even put it on a loop, okay, and run it through the whole night. You'll still sleep really sound. Okay. Your body will be physically well, more alert. Think of it this way: you exit your body, or basically they push you out when you're sleeping. They enter and have a good time with your body. And that's why you might wake up overtired, right? Because your body never went to sleep. Again, so entity removal would be good for you. Playing anything of mine throughout the night will protect you of the space. And I would highly recommend an industrial group healing for you to get them out of you. Wow, these questions have turned into quite a podcast. Um, Moving on to the second part of that question, will the conscious awareness come so I'll recognize what it is I am being asked and who is? Yes, you will. Okay. Who it is, and can I make a conscious choice to validate if they are pure source and pure intent before answering? Well, obviously, if they're beating you up, right, distorting you, causing you to get into accidents, obviously they're not a pure source. Okay, just note, guys. Okay, any situation, whether it's a divorce, walking away from a job or anything like that, it's always a win-win situation. Nobody loses. Nobody has to suffer. Nobody has to die for you to become of a higher order or become abundant. It never, ever, ever is like that if it's coming through pure source and through exponential intelligence. Okay, no matter what situation, a breakup, again, a divorce, or whatever it is, okay, that you might think it's horrendous, as you go through the process, you'll see in a short time that both, say, parties or multiple parties are always in a win-win-win type situation. Okay? Just remember this, guys. If you have to constrict anybody in any way for you to become abundant, it's not of a pure source. It's not from exponential intelligence. Okay? That's why religions or anything else like that, right? They fight against people who are not of their religious value, right, to prove they're right. That's not from God, not from anything of pure source or exponential intelligence. Go on to this other question, which is related to question 4. If we're not consciously aware enough to ask if they are pure source and pure intent while in the sleep state, is there something we can do to protect ourselves from these entities and events? I answered that a little earlier. Okay. And again, in a short time, as you listen to the podcast or an IGH, that separation will come, and then you can take back control of your body. So overall, these five or so questions, really about coming back or maintaining or getting control of your body, right? And removing what shouldn't be there or who shouldn't be there. One more thing as we cross over, I didn't quite cover this, so might as well now, is that, excuse me, is that let's just talk about people who are helper types. So what I mean by helper types, well, you know who you are. You're that individual that's always willing to help, especially, say, if you're a nurse, you work in a hospital, you work in hospice, you're a healer, you're taking care of your elders. Okay? What happens? And again, this is just another takeover scenario. Most of the time, especially through a certain religion, they're too afraid to cross over because they're not good enough to meet their maker. So what do? They see you as a bright light. They see you that you're open because you've taken care of them. Well, their spirit latches onto you rather than crossing over into the light or that heavenly space. And then in a short time, what happens to you? You start to develop similar symptoms as those individuals that you were taking care of. Those people who are nurses, and it happens that way. Um, obviously, there's multiple people that cross over. They might latch on to you, but those individuals who say take care of an elderly or their parent, right? It's pretty obvious because in a short time, again, you get the same heart conditions, for example, that your parent did, and then you go, oh, damn, it's hereditary, right? I'm getting the same heart. It's not. It really isn't. So again, another case of somebody else entering your body. My sister, she's a cardiologist. Never believed in anything that I've done until about a year ago or so. And just out of the blue, she calls me up. She goes, "Moss, I'm having this terrible heart pain. I don't know what it is." And I go, "Oh, I can just tell right away." Even before she started saying that, I'm going, "Oh, somebody died." So, because she's been listening to my podcast, and she's starting to open up or starting to become more aware. Um, so I go, "Well, somebody died. One of your patients died." She goes, "Yeah, a couple days ago." And I told her exactly how, or why they died, or their medical symptoms as she would see it. She goes, and that in itself amazed her, because they spend what, the MRIs, the CAT scans, or whatever else they do to see what's going on with their heart. I said, "Yeah, they died. You're getting to be a brighter light. They just stepped into you because they're too afraid of dying." And well, I removed them. And then about 15, 20 minutes later, she calls me up. She goes, "Oh my God, I feel so much better." And I started to see, right? I started to see their lifeline or their storyline till their time of death, and they were gone. And then the pain disappeared. Again, it happens to uh, a lot more people than you think. So, with that, guys, let's go ahead and end it. Ask and it will be answered. These are client questions. What I'm going to go ahead and do is create another podcast on exponential intelligence on Ask, and it'll be answered. Okay, so we'll take that onto another podcast. Let's go ahead and get comfortable. Whether you're new, whether you've been here before, sitting, standing, lying down, taking a nice, strong, deep breath in. Hopefully, you're standing up, being different. The way standing up came after my second near death. I was drawn into standing up. So standing up, hopefully, or sitting or lying, and noticing the position of your body, your hands, your feet, that generate those frequencies. Again, always generating those frequencies throughout the podcast, magnifying it more, increasing the strength. Strong breath in again, nice and deep. This time connecting to the group dynamics. And by that, I mean all the other people who might be listening to this podcast at the same time or eventually listening to the podcast, creating again a lot of people looking at the same direction, again, creating strength and momentum, right? There's always strength in numbers. So taking advantage of that opportunity, creating that momentum, allowing us to break through the blocks, pulling away from those challenges or those chains that we've gotten locked into. Strong breath in again. Stop asking ourselves, how do I connect to pure source even stronger? And again, that question, how do I connect to pure source even stronger? As we settle into our solar plex area, the sternum, the bone that connects the ribs together. Mhm. Again, just noticing that. Since most of the questions here, almost all were about, again, something else taking over. What we're going to do is help you identify what might be in you, whether it's an actual, say, spirit or an entity, an alien, a pattern, or say a copy of yourself. All you have to do is take a nice strong breath in, inhaling through the nose, nice and deep, nice slow 4 count, holding it for a couple seconds or more. And releasing, letting go. Again, noticing the chest space. So noticing your torso from your solar plex, where your ribs connect, all the way up to your head. Strong breath in, nice and deep. And we'll go deeper, go into the groin area. So noticing your body from your groin on up. Sufficient enough. So becoming aware of your stomach, sides, your back, your spine, all the way up, your mid back, your upper spine, your shoulder blades, your ribs wrapping around right underneath your arms, right into your chest, noticing your arms, your hands, your fingers, fingertips, the palms of your hand, working your way up through the hands, through the arms, into the shoulders, your neck, your throat, your face, relaxing that jawline as we go deeper. We start to see or feel our face, our nose, our lips, our forehead, our hairline, all the way back, top of the head, back of the head, the ears. And whether you believe it or not, doesn't matter. It is what it is. Whether you believe in gravity or not, it doesn't care. It is what it is. It's one thing about exponential intelligence. Whether you believe it or not, the rules still apply to you. So noticing yourself, just becoming aware of your forehead, your face, down your throat, your chest. Taking a nice strong deep breath in, becoming aware of your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your throat, your chest, right down into the groin, to the front half. And as we count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is there something, someone else controlling your body other than you? See what you get. Again, the first answer, the feeling that you got, yes or no. It was a definite yes or no. Nothing in between. Very accurate. So I override your system, your belief systems. Okay? So it pushes you basically into an awareness of a higher level. Thus, your answer being accurate. Good number of you going, oh, wow, so now what do I do? Let's go ahead and take a nice strong deep breath in. Well, the first step is identifying that there's some other identity other than you, whether it's an actual, say, spirit or a template of somebody. It's far too complicated to walk through the process of, say, letting things go or helping you remove things, although this podcast will benefit you. I would highly recommend entity removal, an IGH industrial group healing session, the quickest way. Or continue on if you're not doing the 21 days again. Highly recommend that as well. Again, far too lengthy, and again, it's case dependent. So, for those who have who've listened to this podcast and have, whatever removed from them, it's a great feeling to come back into your body, isn't it? So, congratulations. Let's go ahead and take a nice, strong, deep breath in. Again, now that you're aware of what's yours, what's not yours, what shouldn't be there. Being aware, again, it's that first step. Second step will come to you. At least you're awakened enough to go on to that second step. Do something about what's happening. Thanks for being on the podcast, guys. You can stay in this space, which I highly encourage for you, and it'll feel like I'm still working on you because we're all connected to that mastermind group. Right, guys? Take care. Notice what you notice, and then notice the details of what you notice. For more information on my programs, please visit masajady.com. That's MASSAJADY.com. Or join us on Facebook. for more information. We do a lot of Facebook Live